and he didn't lay his body out there.
Yeah, he did. Look at. If you go to the end of the game, right? Even at the end of the game.
The end of the game is the end of the game.
No, stop and listen.
By then it was just Jusaun versus the rest of the team.
Right, but
he had no teammates at the end of the game.
But he didn't have them in the third quarter either.
The game was done because that was the precedence that was set in the beginning. Jusaun has to find ways to get his teammates involved because he is going to need them at the end of the game.
Stop. You're saying because his teammates suck, it's Jusaun's fault. No, it's not.
His teammates proved that they did not suck during Green Forest.
Right. That's their greatest game they ever had. Right?
Because it was personal. No, because it was personal. Jusaun came out there with a personal goal to beat other teammates that played to beat Green Forest.
All right, I'm just gonna go with
Jusaun's energy during timeouts at in the beginning of the game. Jusaun's energy during the beginning of the game and warm-ups was cool, having fun. Let's do this. All of that matters when you play with kids who are not that good.
Right, but he did good. You just ran into a team that their team had their best game of the season. You can't beat a team when they have their best game of the season, right? It can be the crappiest team.
Yes.
It just happens in basketball.
But they still only lost by how much? They still only lost by how much?
10? Well, I don't know. I didn't keep track at the end.
Okay,
but
so
my point you didn't make. What is your point?
My point is he needs this game. He needed his team. He did not find ways to get his team.
No, this game you already said he needed to shoot 10 more shots. If he would have shot 10 more shots, they would have won.
Yeah, that too.
He would have made 6 of them, right?
Yeah,
3 threes and 3 twos, and that would give you 15 points. He would have won the game.
But listen, he was working too hard for his shots, so therefore he needed his team to get involved and hit a few more shots in order to release.
But they were bricking everything.
They were bricking everything.
You can't keep.
They were bricking because they had no confidence. Everything was flat from the beginning.
Right, but one man don't get your confidence from another man. It's internal. No, it's right. Look I feel he led his team. Jusaun led his team. He led his team as far as a sucky team could go. Right? He did. You got to give him credit for that. Right?
At the end of the constructive criticism I gave him, I'm not mad at the fact that they lost. They had a great season. Jusaun had a great run. He put the team on his back. He did as good as he could. I'm mad at the fact that they didn't play the same way that they played last game. They would have rolled over that team.
Right, but okay. I let you make all that. At the end of the game is totally over and finished, right?
Yeah.
The dude made the layup, and Jusaun came out of nowhere and blocked his shit to make sure he didn't get an and one. Right? Yes, he was right. That was still energy. He still cared. No, it wasn't desperate. He knew the game was out of reach. There was no desperation in him.
He needed to have it in the beginning. It would have been a different outcome.
Right, but because it's a 5-man team, you can't blame Jusaun. Jusaun has no blame in this game except for he should have been more selfish and shot more. But this is what I'm saying. You can only learn from this experience. Right? He can only learn at the next level because he went through this at this level.
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
He's not going to have that role next year.
Right. Next year he's going to be diming guys who are going to be awesome, right? When he dimes his post guy, it's going to be a guy who can just dunk it out of craziness, man, from any angle and shit.
And I don't agree with that. I don't agree that you can't rally your team as a leader and help them perform better.
But he did. He took them to a higher level than they were. Your team base.
But why not? But why stop?
Because you just reach a level where you can't go anymore. They can't go anymore. Right?
Well, then that's the point then. You can't go any further.
right? Look at if you would have still had number 12 and number 24, right?
That would have been a different that's a whole different.
Right, but if you take 50% of your team and then say, well, he needs to rally the rest of them. No, you can't rally.
We saw him. We saw him rally them during Galloway. We saw him rally them during 3-4.
Right.
You can't just fall off and not rally. You got to finish the job.
But sometimes you reach your zenith. He rallied them to where they couldn't go any higher. See what I'm saying? You wanted him to keep rallying them to where they were like him. They never can be him.
If I saw that same effort to rally them during the game yesterday, I would have nothing to say. I didn't see the chill in his eyes that he had during Galloway and that he had during 3-4. It was he just did it.
No, he was too confident then. That's too confident, all right?
Okay, well, it happens.
But that's how you learn. That's how he learns next game. Don't be so confident that we beat the great team and now we're playing a scrubby team, but they might be better.
I don't know why they underestimated. Garrison Powell is good.
Yeah, but none of them guys scared me, right? They didn't have no one player that scared me like.
Garrison Powell is good.
Right.
He had 24 and 6. Okay, he's been averaging that his whole entire. So then that's even worse. You let him get 24 then.
Stop it. You let him get his season high? What? That is. Oh man.
I'm just saying, he did, and that's fine. Maybe he was tired, but at those points, mentally tired.
Yeah.
But at that point in time, you can't give up, and that's the part that you have to fight through. You have to.
Well,
fight that.
I never felt that he gave up, but I felt that he realized. Right? You got to realize he's a kid. He realized his high school is over, right? Yeah, it wasn't just a game. It's like my whole season is over, my whole career, everything is done. So he's going to have some sadness and some...
And then naturally, we know Jusaun's not a natural verbal leader. So
right.
I think it was hard. It was hard for him to get them rallied because he's not that type of kid.
Right.
I think they fed off of his energy from Green Forest because it was personal for Jusaun. We played with those kids.
Right.
We competed against those kids for a long time. That was a personal game that we won. So Jusaun knew he had to perform that game, so they fed off that energy. Galloway made sense why he was a leader because that was his last home game as a senior. See, so he just didn't have it. But I was trying to tell him, you gotta learn to find ways, to get. I just told him right now he should have had his back to the basket a couple plays. Since they knew he fell in love with the three, they've been scouting that all season. Right? That's why they defended that really well.
No, he's got to learn to shoot the three when it's contested. Just like he did at the end of the first half, right? Everyone knew he was going to shoot the three, but he